demás y que me la paso de fiesta.
Oh, dja dja, y'a pas moyen, dja dja. J'suis pas ta cata, dja dja, genre. Oh, Kachana, baby, tout ça.
الحب كله على بعضه ما بشيله من أرضه لولا وجودك انت القلب بكرة واللي بعده واللي بعد بعده بيبقى إلك
And I know that it's late when I let you pull me right back, cause you never promised tomorrow. You give me your love but it's borrowed. Lay you down, never get off your past. Only one that can do me like that. How you coming and going as I go. You rub on my body but I know malo, malo, pero malo. Te quiero pa' atrás y es yo malo. Malo, malo, pero malo. Estar cerca de ti, pa' mí es yo malo. Pa' mí es yo malo.
Baby, ich liebe es, wie du meinen Namen sagst. Ich liebe deinen Duft, deine Art. Ich liebe es, wenn du weinst und mich fragst, wo ich Wagen tanken bei dir, Baby.
أنا من أول ألو موتني الصوت الحلو قلبي كان ماشي بجنن خربط ما عاد اقبله ما عاد ساعدني الدنيا طاير مدري شو بني باب لو بسهر معاكي راح حس راس السنين
تذكر آخر مرة شفتك سنتك تذكر وقتها آخر كلمة قلتها وما عدت شفتك وهلا أنا شفتك كيفك أنت ملا أنت.
No traíste panty, quiere decir que estaba ready. Deja que llueva, baby. Agua.
Shlama.
Welcome
Two
back.
brothers are back.
And talking.
We're talking. I know we took a little break. We are back. There's more fun topics we need to discuss and future guests to come. But 2 thumbs up. Make it go crazy here. So
We're going to be talking about banking. And we're going to be talking about ignorance towards culture. It's not like in a bad way. It's just like the choice of not going out there to see the other cultures in public.
like reading up, learning about it, and seeing just rather than stereotype, right?
Exactly. And like, I've been experiencing it pretty much recently.
Firsthand. Yeah.
And I really like, there's some cultures, it's not bad to like put yourself into and see how it's like. For me, it could be really fun. And for me, it's been fun.
Yeah. And I want to say in Aramaic, you know, we don't want to laugh at people. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Because I remember when I was in elementary school, and I brought something that was Assyrian called dolma.
Dolma.
And everybody in my class said, "What the heck is that smell?" And they said it smelled bad, but they didn't know how good it was.
Dolma, listen, a lot of people know Dolma, and it's funny because it's not just the Assyrians. There is the Arabic people, the Greek people, the Turkish people. There's a lot in that Mediterranean area that actually make dolma. Yeah,
and I was
grape leaves. Grape leaves, you probably have seen it. Or us, we have a blend of different vegetables.
Yeah, we do.
You stuff with rice and meat into the.
And we like the peppers too.
The peppers,
Peppers are good.
So yeah, we're gonna start off with cultural ignorance. That's the first thing we want to get into, and the reason why I chose banking because lately. Hasn't been happy with this bank, and I haven't been, too happy with mine as well.
No, sometimes the rates are really... Okay, I don't want to get started on banking yet, because it's going to just make me upset. So I'll start on the culture. So me, personally, I've experienced the Chinese... To be specific, I've experienced the Chinese Cantonese side.
Ooh,
so
Chinese
the southern
Cantonese.
side of China.
Yeah.
Hong Kong, right? Hong Kong's southern side?
I'm not too, for me, I knew, the dynasties, the Ming dynasty, so the reason why I know a bit about culture, or I never like to be in the dark, is I loved history. So I was telling my brother George, I loved history and I did read up. Like I like how, both the Bible, it's funny, it coordinates with history and the empires that came and took over and what was left. It's pretty cool, actually, if you follow it and you can read. Like China has a great history from like the Ming dynasties and the battles, why there's the Hong Kong, like two families that fought. And then there's like the Mongols, how the Mongols came and then came that way. And then there was like even the Spaniard and Portuguese empires that went up. It's pretty, that's what I'm saying. If you study and you want to take that step extra, you can learn about so many different types of cultures and history is key. And education is key to not be blinded, right?
What's the saying? They say it's like you experience many to learn. It was like experience many to learn something. It's where you have to have good experiences or even bad experiences. Go out there, like right now, like I said, I'm personally experiencing the Chinese culture. I recently learned how to give a red pocket. A red pocket is an envelope for the New Year's, which has money in it.
I didn't know. That was pretty cool. He told me today, and I was like, wow, that's awesome.
And I found out I personally can't give a red pocket until I'm married. Which is funny.
We're going to have him get married. Shout outs. Shout outs to our cousin Danny. He's getting married too. So we're going to do that, But see, that's even me doing. It's a cultural thing, right? So people just think, they just think, war.
They think we're turkeys.
Yeah, but technically what they do, they're celebrating the actual, I don't know, the calling or whatever it is.
And they just sell it, and I don't know what the calling is, but it's like we do it for weddings. We do it for a lot of things, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
with celebration events, like obviously you wouldn't do it in a funeral. It's not going to be normal, right, to do that.
No, it wasn't.
But yeah, my handsome brother George right here, very handsome.
This is the first time I had a beard on the
I like it. I like it. It's what is it? What's the saying? It's wearing on me.
Oh,
is that the saying?
Oh, and the funny part,
you know what I hear? It's what. Sorry to cut him off. So like, fruition is a saying, and I would say that's an English, North American saying. You know what I said at work? I said the good thing is this is me lost in translation. I said it's coming to fruitation. And the guy goes, you mean fruition, Ricard? I said, yes, that's what I meant. I'm like, at least you got what I was trying to say here, And I always butcher those things, Those things that's not me. I try to, fit in, and you kind of, I mess it up, kind of. But yeah, cultural ignorance. So tell me, so when you say like when you're thinking of cultural ignorance, what do you mean by like why did you think about that? Like what did you think, and what was the aha moment that you learned now?
Okay, so when so far since I've been with Joyce, she's Chinese,
background Chinese, born Canada. So
no, born in China. I don't remember where, but I think she's born in China. So it was pretty cool. I didn't me personally, I wasn't very interested in a bunch of different cultures to the extent of where I'm learning how they celebrate all their festivities. Like I only knew the Syrian festivities and Christmas because everyone knows Christmas.
Yeah.
And Halloween. In Canada, I only cared about my own heritage because I didn't really think anything else was interesting. Personally, I thought everything was second. If you're second, that means I don't even look at you. Because for me, it was just Assyrian history.
For me, it was a little opposite. I had that, right, for my background. But I loved history in general. So I knew Canada, even for a new country, they did great things. Give a shout out to World War I, World War II. Canadians killed it. They did amazing. We got great inventors. We have great strategy minds, great generals, trainers. The Canadians have been awesome. They've always done crazy. If you go read up World War I, Canadians killed it. World War II, they killed it. Not even that. With the Brits, we beat United States of America. With the British, they burnt down the White House. They call it. But anyways, I'm saying this is old history. If you actually read history, you get into it. You get to know of different I know Australia was a prison for criminals, right? And what ends up happening, they actually turn it into a British colony. And then the same thing, like you get to know, the Asia history, the Mongol conquest, Europe with the war. It's pretty cool. If you actually read history, for me, you get to learn. I guess you can learn about the geographic areas and the peoples of that, and then by you learning about them, you end up learning about their culture and what kind of drove them. Sorry.
Okay, this is cool. So I have a little bit of a beef with the British people.
Yeah.
So, funny enough, Britain did something to the Syrian refugees in World War One and Two.
Was it just Britain? I'll tell you that, but I'll let you continue.
So they said they would have to take on a convoy and fight in the World War One and Two, and they offered them that place and land to reestablish. And guess what? It never happened. I'm just saying, you never go back on your word.
Yeah, the peace treaty, what is it, Paris Treaty of Versailles, whatever it is. They actually did. If you go read up the story, is that it wasn't just
they fled from
it wasn't just the British. So the Americans as well, with Russia, like the superpowers that be at that time, they promised the Syrian people if they fought for them, for both World One and Two, that they would secure and help us and support us to have a land in where modern day Iraq, Turkey, a little piece there, Syria and all that, and they gave us a promise, but they never fulfilled it.
And you know the craziest part about that is they gave us the job and we fulfilled it so well. They only lost 2,652 people when they invaded the Ottoman lines.
Yeah. We broke through the Ottoman, like warriors, you know what I mean?
And we actually took that so quickly, surprisingly.
Yeah, we had a dolma in our backpack, and we just went,
No,
they were worried. They were worried, people. Like, in no way are we ever compared to the great Assyrians of the past. It's like if the king saw us now, they'd be very, very, very disappointed. But they did promise.
I don't think they would be ashamed, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think they would just be. I think they're happy that we're still living.
Yeah. So and then the thing is, what bothers me too, like when I say cultural ignorance, a lot of people when I met here, oh, you from Syria? Like, are you from? Or they might think of you. Like without learning, they start. Oh, he's barbarian. They probably sit on the ground and eat with their hands, and it's like, well, but why are you assuming? Do you even know? The other thing is like, for example, Jesus Christ. A lot of people picture him as blonde hair, blue eyes. No, like
that's crazy to me.
Like he's not like he's our skin tone and color like that, but he did have color eyes with him. Well, it's not that what you picture. He's coming from that part of the world where we come from, right? So that's where I think the cultural ignorance is, and the suppressing of people's culture, like what they did to the Native Americans.
Yeah,
that's I honestly, you know what bothered me? I never have like dived in and read the histories of them, and once I learned the history of them, like they did a lot of harm to the Native American indigenous people of both the United States and Canada, to those people on their lands, and you read about it actually. Like, why would you want to take away? Look, if that's what they want to believe and they worship,
don't take it from
you can come and say, hey, this. Let's say if I'm a Christian, right? I believe in it, right?
Yeah.
I would come and force it and I'd be like, look, this is my belief. This is why I believe it. You're free. Don't harm me. I don't harm you. But this is the truth to me, and out of love, I'm telling you what the truth is. You don't want to follow, you don't do. That's your life. You move on, right? And they did. They forced them. See, like, and it's like, oh, because our way is better than yours, I don't really need to learn about you, your history, or where you come from, what you did. I believe I'm the top. I'm the way of civilization. But like, well, what makes you the top tier of what it is? And it's crazy because if we go to like the Middle East Europe area, they have a lot of rich history.
Yeah.
With laws implementing for routes, for inventions, right? They made the wheel spin. So to me, that's why I'm maybe education and going through different countries and having that experience has made me that way, right?
Yeah, but I think like history should be more important than what it is right now. I feel like history isn't taught that well.
Yeah.
Like personally, what I've experienced when I was going to school in Canada, I think history is something that should be pushed a lot more because like
truth history and every history, not just specific to what it is. Like
all history,
all history. So we don't let it repeat again. You need the truth.
Yeah.
Like I would love to know. Like okay, well, where did the the African American what happened? What got so many out? At that point, what was the history like? What parts of the world? How was Jamaica structured? How did it come to Canada? Because you know what, Canada had I don't think we had slavery. They used to escape the States to come to Canada for freedom. Like I didn't know if I had to study.
When was Canada established?
But the crazy thing, people don't even write. That's the cultural ignorance. They think, U.S. is the only ones that had slaves. No,
everywhere. Slavery,
actually, white people used to have white people as slaves.
It was very popular.
Slavery was like crazy. Like even before, people don't realize it. And this is why I'm saying that if you don't read and listen and there's culture, and then there is the history. And then there's like backgrounds because people don't they're all from Europe. They're the same. Well,
yeah.
Are they really the same?
I feel like we still have slavery. It's just a different term now. But I'll get into that different.
Yeah.
I think but like that is still. I personally believe though. Okay, this can be controversial, but yeah, I agree with that statement you said. A lot of people say only believe America had slavery. They didn't know how common it was, which annoyed me because we go see all Middle East. If you were poor, you were a slave, no matter what.
Well, anyway, it's different. Like you have to think. And the other thing is that every cult has a beautiful cultural thing that they can bring that you can learn and enjoy. How many of those multicultural events that you've gone to and you tried different foods and different it's pretty entertaining. It's nice to see and look. I enjoy it personally, and I like to read and learn. That's my interest about others. But one big thing I used to love in history, like the Greeks, give shout out. Like they did crazy things to Greek.
Yeah.
Greek mythology, I used to love that. Like the gods, Olympus, and even Rome had the same thing. And then. Yeah.
The only thing my issue with we've all seen Spartans, the 300.
Yeah.
Okay, how they display Leonidas going into the cold in the winter as just a child slaying wolves, I don't believe it. Personally, I think it's over exaggerated. I believe it was in the winter at least. I think it was hot. He was a kid, but I don't believe it was ice cold.
Well, you know what? The little tunic that he had around his, body was had self-heat on it. That's why. So he survived in the winter. But no, true story. They were warriors. They were bred to fight. That was their thing. Everybody was trained to be a soldier to fight for their land. That's crazy. But it's crazy. People don't even know that. Sparta and Athens were in war with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I knew that.
They used to hate each other at one point, and they've taken over. Athens beat Sparta. Sparta's supposed to be warriors, So that's what I'm saying. If you don't learn and you don't read and you don't be closed-minded, you have to respect and listen and learn from. The more you're open, the more you learn, the better networking, the better things you'll make, and the better person you've become, right? So,
I agree with that.
But yeah, what else did you want to talk about cultural ignorance?
Just pick. The only thing I want to say is even get to know your own culture. I don't like when people say I don't have a culture.
You have.
Everyone has a culture. You just haven't looked into it. It makes me so annoyed. We all originate from the place. It doesn't matter. Even if you're 5th generation Canada, you're from somewhere.
You are. You might Irish, you might have German, you might have French, you might have English. You have roots that come, right? That.
And culture teaches many things. That saying, your parents make mistakes so you don't have to, or you could learn from their mistakes. our culture is like our parents' mistakes. It teaches us through history not to do this.
He's right. Like it is. That's why we have to learn every kind of history out there, every culture, to see and make the best thing out of.
Yeah.
You know, that I'm a personal. It can't be like ignorant and say, "Oh, they're, you know what? All they're good. They're, you know, he's from an Arab country. He must be a terrorist or a convenience store worker." You know, like you can't.
That's crazy.
You believe it, you laugh, but that's true. Or it's like, oh, look at him, look at there, man, right there. You know, all they're into is violence and gang activity. You can't assume. Every culture has beauty to it. Every culture has nice things. You know. But there are some places that are more beautiful than others, you know. Like Hawaii is out there. Greek islands are beautiful. You can't lie.
I still have to go to Greece.
You know, there's some parts of the world, some people just have parts of Italy are gorgeous, right? That they just have nice. We can't go to the Middle East. There is beauty there, but they feel like they destroyed it. Like they have.
Actually, I follow this TikTok.
Yeah.
Here is Assyria.
Yeah.
I mean Instagram.
But look, I'm not joking. It's so sad. It's beautiful. It's always war. There's always there's always war, killing. It never stopped. I haven't seen it stop in those parts. So it's unfortunate. And we always pray for people, innocent people, not to get caught up and all things. But you know what ends up happening: money, greed, fear.
And I don't like history being taken away. I hate our history. Our personal, like, when we see buildings of massive heritage get blown away, it sucks. Yeah. That also is disappointing. But that's my final thoughts on ignorance towards the culture. But if you have anything else to say about it.
No, like, at the end of the day, like, my best advice, learn about people's culture. Learn, see it, you might enjoy it, you might have a good time, and as well, it helps you with you build better relationships.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're giving awareness. How many people, at one point they were closed-minded. I don't like black people. I don't like brown people. I don't like this, because they never met someone. They were just continue programming and given one side of the story, and then they end up meeting one person, and they become best friends, and their whole way of thinking changes. Right, and they learn. Right? It was a movie I watched, like one movie, and like it's sad. Some of the stuff, like, wow, did that actually happen in the States? That stuff actually happened. Like, do you not have a heart? Like, how do you look at people? Like, that's how I think. It's like, why would you think? So that's what I'm saying. Like, we're all human beings.
Is that the piano
at the end of the day, just because you come from different parts of the world, or you're raised differently, taught differently, or brought up into a different culture. But like, no. Like, at the end of the day, we know, like, if something is violent, it's not good, right? At the end of the day, all people want to have a family. All people want to have, live in peace and enjoy and learn. Majority of people, the ones that don't, I don't know what to tell you. That's a different story.
Was the movie you watched with like a black guy who plays the piano and he's a great pianist, and then he has?
Oh, I love that movie. That was based on a true story with the Italian. Yeah, that was a good. I forgot. No, the one I played was he was the one of the first basketball players in the NBA, Harlem Globetrotters, and he, like, the struggles he went through. I was like, bro, like, and it's annoying. It's like, I don't know. It just pissed. Sorry for my language. It did piss me off. Whenever I witness racism, regardless of what it is, whether somebody be to any, I don't like that. It's like, who do you think you are
to be like this?
Yeah.
No,
anyways, that's like my like, read up, learn history, learn different parts and how it happened, why it happened, learn about the culture, meet people, and be open, and try out things. Why not? So we'll jump into banking.
Not a fan
the
of
Rothschilds. I'm joking. The Rothschilds, the Medicis, the banking section.
So my mother was a genius, no question about it. We had this inside joke for many years where she would just funnel all her money into her socks. All her money. And
these were clean socks, I'll tell you.
I will tell you, I understand why. The bank is the most horrible person and horrible rates I've ever seen. So I've been struggling with my bank. And then looking to open a business for banking.
Well, we won't say the bank names, right?
No, we're not going to say the bank
Man,
name.
we're not going to say, you guys do your research, do your thing. We have our own personal experience and our own trip.
The rates for a business banking
Just
and for a regular plan is $60 a month just for the bank. And that's for one bank I looked into. And this bank, I'm currently with them. And if you're young and they see a lot of money coming in, or like they just they like to hold your money and invest that money and make some money with that money.
No, they take your money, they hold it, they invest it, they make money. And the thing is, it's like, why don't you want to support and at least help businesses? Like, it's just gouging. You already make excess profit like crazy. And not only that, forget that. Even though, like, how are you not loyal to your customer? Like, the customer that has been with you in years, that they've made every payment on time, you've made massive interest on money off them. Like, why don't you reward them and give them something? Like, this to me is mind-boggling. I don't understand it. And there's like
a loyalty program, at least.
Bro, just having a line of credit without you even using it, they'll charge you $30 to $40 a month, like, without using it.
That's crazy.
And then not only that, they'll charge you the $30 to $40 whatever a month, and whatever you use, it's going to accumulate interest and make. And imagine how many people out there are going through these things, right? That are dealing with these things, right? That's what's the annoying piece of that. And the other thing is like, okay, banking. Well, now is banking getting into crypto? Because they did approve a EFT for both
they did.
Bitcoin and Ethereum.
So
now you can buy.
Okay. Now this irritated me more. The reason why we're not allowed to... Crypto was outlawed for a little bit because the government couldn't track it. So that means they couldn't make money off those people who had crypto. That's how we were originally...
No, I see. This is my personal opinion. No, you can't track it. The whole idea of blockchain and the whole thing, you can track it. And anything digital, it's tracked. Like,
no, you can't check the market cap. That's the issue with it.
What do you mean? Like,
so the issue why people were making so much money cannot be taxed on it is because they cannot claim the value of it because they didn't know the value themselves. So that's why they outlawed it for a little bit. Before they outlawed it, they can track the value cap. So that means they can't charge gross gains or all those type of gains. They can't tax that. That's like, it's like a lottery winning. They don't
put more.
So what happened was, once they integrated it, for example, simple, then there's all these Canadian... They're able to track that.
Monetize it.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, this is the value you're getting. I'm taking that. I'm taking whatever the government can take. That was they could track it as the sense of, hey, this person's making this, but they didn't know the value of what they could take.
Okay, well, look, I did the banking, it was just a money gouging. I just feel, look, the top 5 banks out there, go see them. Go see every year, go look at the last 3-4 years, and see what. Is it profit? Not only it's profit, it's also profit with an increase from prior profit.
Right?
Profit. So, why don't you ever do good for your, why? You know what? I made profit.
I give back to my people.
These people, I'll give something back. Or better rewards or better things. You're not even doing that. It's so annoying and frustrating. It's like, if one bank out of those banks thinks like this, they're going to be even 10, 12 times even more profit or more money. That's what people don't understand. They're like, well, I want to make more money. But you know what? It takes to give some money to get more money back. And you don't understand that. It's like the more you give, the more you show appreciation. They're like, well, this person's the same price. This person's the same price. This person's the same price. Then what's left to separate? The service and the rewards.
Yeah. And the service is so bad. They'll all, have you contracted?
Oh, that was it. What I'm not even going to get into. For business, I have to deal with only somebody on the phone.
Yeah,
I have to make an appointment. I can't even go to the branch, like in the old days, sit down and talk to somebody. I have to call somebody. I don't know where the heck I'm going to speak to.
Corporate
Not
office.
only charge me, because, it doesn't even make sense. It's a very minimum transaction. You're still getting charged a lot. It's like, why? Why you complicate things and do it? And then for personal, it's like, yeah, you have the brand. No, you should have better service for your business. For business.
Because, like, it's more, like, you have more at risk. Like, technically, you're putting a lot more money if you're making money.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, nothing benefiting you and nothing to track you, like, besides your personal self. Like, I personally would like to go into my branch and go, like, hey, for my business, I need to know this breakdown. Or, do you have a better plan now?
Yeah.
Like, they can't tell you that over the phone. They'll just say, you speak to a computer for 20 minutes and stay on hold.
Enjoy it. Do. So I cannot commute. But
yeah, it's awful.
Compute, not commute. But yeah, no, it's funny because we were just talking about it earlier. He's talking about his bank, and I was talking about mine, and like, I know they have procedures and things to get into place, but sometimes they can be so automated that they're not even thinking of the human element,
right?
On that to show empathy to your customers and care. Like, that's all you honestly have to. People don't. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what? Go give security. Go give a good service.
Right? Yeah.
And give rewards. If you don't, I bet you, I'll put money on it, and I would bet within 2 to 3 years, you're going to see a way more return, bigger growth, more people coming your way, because it's like that. Why? Versus, I'm going to go to this instead of this. It's the same thing. There's no difference. We're just stuck. But people will find any means of putting more money outside of that institution than in it, because they don't get it. Anyways.
And Canada is such a good bank. Like, so I learned this in business. Canada, like the Bank of Canada, a national bank.
Yeah. It's not.
No, like the actual governmental.
Yeah, like the Bank of Canada. Yeah, they print the money in.
They are so good that we would never have to worry about any one of our banks running out of money. So, say for example, a bank was going under, they would still have the money to pay everyone out. Like, they are so well managed. That's the worst part.
Well, they saw like even Enron with what happened. That's why there was more strict regulation, and Canada was like ahead when it came to these. So we find ways of making it stronger, regulate things a lot better.
Yeah.
So what happened with Enron? That was a company that was like lying about its stock and manipulating. That's why the government of the United States started to crack up and make tighter regulations and such to make sure, because they were lying about their stock, inflating it, and people were putting money in their house and everything. They lost everything. Anyways, we have a lot more better regulations and eyes, but still, it's.
But the only thing I don't like is how they can increase them. They increase the inflation rate. Like, they control our rate of inflation so well. So it's like, if they could bring it back down.
Yeah.
But it's like, they only care about making money. They took away, like you said earlier, the human element is fully gone, in my opinion. Like, that's why we're struggling so hard. Like, people now, you have to be so smart with your. I'm not saying it's too hard to get by, but I'm saying you have to be so careful.
You have to.
It's careful.
Like, that's why I'm saying you have to. You know that saying, don't put your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
So you if you can and manage it, try the different banks, try different try credit unions, try all these different. If you can, to spread it and deal with it, and I'm no expert. I don't know, but I recommend finding somebody who's an expert. Do your research rather than have it. Maybe you might be saving versus another. Maybe one has better service. Maybe one has better rewards. Both those kind of things. Like, I don't know. Like, okay, don't give money. I'm not saying free, but at least give rewards. Choose your. You know what? Here's a competition. Free Leafs tickets, free whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, like and give it like per each branch. You know what? You've done this many transactions, you automatically qualify. You're gonna be put in a draw. Okay, hello George. Guess what? You just won free Leafs tickets.
And we don't even have something.
You don't have to get in and make them do work. And they're like, wow, yeah, this is awesome. Did you hear what they've been doing? This is what they're doing. Yeah.
And I rarely see like those giving back to the community type things. Like you said, Leafs is like Toronto Maple Leafs. Like,
whichever area you're in, you're gonna see what people in. You know what? We did this because of this.
Movie tickets.
A 50-50. It's going to go to a donation of your choice within your community, and the other amount we're going to write you a check. Or better auctions or things like that. There's so many things you can do to make things better. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry, hey, it's me. I'm Mario. He's sitting there. Mario and Batman are together here, but that was just so random. But
the Batman looks off.
no, it's not. That's an awesome Batman. I'm Batman.
I've never seen.
Have you seen that guy? I know we're getting off topic of TikTok. Remember that? He's like, "You're sick, Joker. You're sick."
Oh yeah, I remember that.
There's some funny TikToks out there, but TikTok.
Yeah, no, big. Speak to a professional. We're not professionals. We're just saying as ranting people who dislike our current
Just talking
banking.
about our pain, man. Our pain. That's what we're talking about. You see me? I've been hurt. I've been loyal. But with loyalty, and they don't even acknowledge or appreciate it.
Ew.
All they say is, "Good job for giving me your money. Good job. Thank you." That good job doesn't take me anywhere.
No. And it's not like phone plans. Like, if I tell a phone company I'm leaving them, they're like, don't, please. I'm being a bank? Oh, okay, whatever. We got like...
No, we got a few... we got 35 million people.
Yeah, like, they don't care.
We got 10 million customers, right? So I can okay, we'll see you later. But if you all collectively come together and say, we have had enough, just like the farmers. We have had enough. There's 20,000. You know how much a big voice? 20, think about it. I don't know what the fee is. Say even, let's say, and it's more than that. Say it's $10 a month. You get 20,000 to come and sign a petition that they will leave. That's right here. I say it's $12 a month. We'll go that for the fee of the bid. You got 20,000 at $12 a month. That's 240,000 a month. Time is a year. That's 2.8 million. That's going to cost the bank. What do you think the bank's going to say at that moment?
Is it going to be like shit, yeah?
That's a lot of money to lose, right? But if you come in at 16, 12 blocks, see you later. 12 times turns. But collectively, you can always come together and say things and do well, right?
Like, so far, we're telling you I'm starting a bank now, and my starting rate's $5 a month.
Yeah.
And sign up online.
Good luck. If anybody wants a bank, go look it up. It's hard to go start a bank. You know how much you're probably going to need? Like, at least to have in reserves and backup is like
I feel like the insurance is
maybe
crazy.
$1 billion. No, probably. You need to have whatever that you're going to give, you need to have that same amount in there. So you have to back it up, right? And I think now, even to start an insurance company, you need 20 to 25 million.
Damn.
Yeah, because you have to have the money what you're putting up and saying you have. It doesn't work like that. And then you're taking that money and then investing. But yeah, I think banking goes a long way. And it's, look up Medici's. Watch out. They were like the bankers. Look at who the bankers and how the banking world and government.
No, that's how Nova Scotia started. Scotia Bank.
Really?
That's the funny history story. A bunch of farmers came together and said F you to the bank and said we're making our own. And literally farmers. Yeah. And they're like, okay, and Scotia Bank.
Oh, that is. People get tired and sick of paying top dollar when they don't need to pay anymore, right?
Wow.
So. But yeah, no, it's just right now we haven't been too happy with the bankers. Well, I haven't been, so I give them 2 thumbs down, rain down. I'm hoping eventually they listen and it becomes a
thumbs up.
It's not even giving them a thumbs up yet. Oh, there we go on my head. But yeah, no, that's pretty much what I have. We're just tired of these over fees and charges and not enough and well rewards. And it's annoying, and I hope that changes or somebody comes along that could capitalize on that personally. But
no, I agree.
Anything on your side?
No.
Yeah.
I might start a bank and fake my numbers. That's it.
Yeah, we're gonna call it Yorgos. That's Greek for George. Yorgos Bank. What would they call it? What else? Think of quick names.
Jorge.
Huh?
Jorge.
Oh no, we call it GB.
Oh yeah, GB.
Get a GB in the Syrian means my pocket.
Oh, GB.
GB, you like that?
That was good. I just looked at it. I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
GB,
done.
yeah, GB, bro. We're gonna go bang with GB. You know,
That's actually good.
all the money's in your pocket. You know, that's pretty
That
cool.
would be a good one.
But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, smash, subscribe, hit a like. DB Clouded, I know you were there. But shout outs, everybody. I don't know what these hands I'm doing with these movements, but love, appreciate it for whoever came and watched and and hopefully we come back with better topics, more enjoyment next time. We appreciate everything and we're really looking forward to it. Ciao, let's do the eagle. The eagle has never flown away yet, but it will fly.
And I didn't hit this time.
Yeah, but anyways, take care, everyone. Enjoy yourselves.
And have a great time.
Llega pa' mí, entre tu cuerpo encuentro vida, te haré todo lo que me pidas, una noche de sexo que nos dure toda la vida, حلاكي انتي ادمان
مثل ما شاف الزمان
لا بالكتب وقصص الحب
بفصل بحلف لك كمان
جمالك ما بينوصف وما له حدود وضحكي والله كتير كيوت وقلبي فيكي جانن طاير دا يكتب يا جمالك يا جمالك يا جمالك جانن طاير دا يكتب Wie du gehst, wie du stehst, wie du dich bewegst